the $32 million contribution.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's put that shit out there right away.
Okay, so if you guys haven't, we have talked about this on our previous podcasts in the past. There's been an ongoing...
Was I for it, not for it?
What?
I wasn't for it. I was against it. You were for it.
So, a while back, there's been a lot of talk about the fire chief, the former Ontario fire chief. Oh, this is different, is it? No, so the former Kingsville, Ontario fire chief. The title from CBC News is just ridiculous.
Former Ontario, former.
Like it sounds
they
like
put Windsor on top of former. We can't see in small print, and it goes former Ontario fire chief. Like he's the Ontario fire chief, bro. It was the former Windsor, Ontario, but they put Windsor, former Ontario. That's so.
So there has been other courts regarding, but we're talking about the most recent one. He was facing 17 sex offense charges. A former Kingsville, Ontario fire chief has been found guilty on 4 counts of sexual exploitation and 5 counts of sexual assault.
So he's 9 out of 17. And he's trying to say he never did it, trying to justify it.
However, though, Bob Kistner was found not guilty on the remaining charges.
Yes, I'm 9 out of 17.
He will be sentenced June 28th of 2019.
Yes.
So what does that mean? Like, what does it mean by...
He's going to jail for 9 counts of sexual assault.
But not the 17? So
no, because that means 6 of them, he wasn't guilty, right? I mean, sorry guys, mathematics problems. 8 of them...
It's 420, guys.
8 of them he wasn't guilty for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And 9 of them he was guilty. So the 9 of them that he's gonna get 9 of the counts he's gonna get charged for. The other 8 get thrown under the wire because there wasn't enough evidence to prove that it was him, whatnot. But there was evidence for every 9 of them, so he's gonna catch a heavy charge. You get what I'm saying to you?
Well, Justice Hebener made her decision Tuesday in a courtroom full of victims and their families. Hebener began her verdict by describing the offenses and evidence from the victims. The January trial includes testimonies from Kistner responding to 5 complaints from minors and 3 complaints from adults.
Dirtball, yo.
In all, Kistner was facing 17 charges. Since or failure to protest is not consent, said Hebener, when delivering the guilty decision for 2 of the counts of sexual assault. On the guilty decision for sexual exploitation, Hebener said it was Kistner's position of authority which made her decision. Well,
dirtbag, yo.
Kistner was a mentor, a confidant and provider, a superior, and a friend, all at the same time.
He's playing that role. He's playing his job role, but undercover he was a dirtball.
Well, I just don't understand why the fire chief is having boys over at his house. That just doesn't make a lot of sense.
He's a dirtball. He's undercover. He's on the down low. You get what I'm saying to you? That's what he's doing. Plays a role for the public. I'm a good family man. I'm this and that. But behind closed doors.
But see, there was also... But keep in mind, the town of the town also used to run a junior firefighter program. However, in 2016, it was canceled after Kistner's arrest. So he got arrested.
See, dun, dun, dun.
I should have.
Who started that junior program?
We can look into that, but we'll have to bring that.
Dun.
Anyway,
how long was he fire chief for?
We would have to go back on our old episodes to CBC. So we put a halt.
Oh, I know.
We put a halt to all as these allegations came forward. We haven't operated one for a while, he said. There have only been some cooperative education placements in the town's fire dispatch since. Kistner is also charged with 1 count of sexual assault and 1 count of sexual interference in relation to a person under the age of 16.
Tis.
As Cameron would say, dirtball.
It's a bag of dirt.
And Kistner turned himself into police on those charges on March 1st.
Does he have kids?
Yes, he does.
Boys and girls? Sad, yo. So sad.
But if you want, I think you're going to like the next article. That's all you. All you. But if you guys haven't heard in other news, the Detroit Grand Prix is coming up again. And the Canadian ticket deals are announced for the Detroit Grand Prix. So if you have been, so between May 31st and June 2nd, which Belle Isle will host the Chevy Detroit Grand Prix and the Canadian Fan Prix. There are 2 Canadian packages available for June 1st and 2nd. The first package costs $99 for a reserved seating in the City of Windsor Grandstand 2 between turns 1 and 2. The second package costs $62 for the general admission area, where children under 12 and under are admitted free with a paying adult. Prices are in Canadian dollars, guys, so keep that in mind. And the packages also include access to the Panday and Winter Circle, a round trip through Transit Windsor, ticket to Belle Isle, access to Major Fan Zone, and a concert by Freddie Ballard on Saturday or Stone Temple's Palace on Sunday. The packages are available until May 30th. You can buy the tickets at Canadian tickets at snapwindsor.com/Grand Prix. In persons at the downtown Windsor International Terminal.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Drew Dawkins on a picture at the Windsor Star sitting on one of the cars. The packages are a part of a sponsorship deal that the City of Windsor, and every year, Windsor paid $50,000 to sponsor the Grand Prix. So they're paying $50,000. That's a lot of money. What do you think of the Grand Prix? The races?
The races.
Over
I don't really follow the races like that.
Belle Isle? That we
I hear them. I hear it outside, you know what I mean? I don't really go to it. I'm not a racer type like that, you know what I mean?
No.
I don't mind it though, because like I said, these type of things they have brings out people, you know what I mean? So it's a bigger community event thing. So that's the only reason why I rate certain things, because like I said, Windsor doesn't really have that much stuff. You got money? Oh. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. So, but with that being said,
what were we talking about like 4 minutes ago?
So the Grand.
Go back at this time 4 minutes.
So
What's the media page? The recording page?
Oh.
So 103. Okay.
Anyways. So the next topic, my co-host here was surprisingly in the air when this actually happened.
Talk about that. I wasn't saying
I just sent you the link.
I don't need a link. You know, that guy already here has seen everything going down.
Okay.
You gotta say,
Okay, so what
it
happened?
was on Thursday, right? It happened on Thursday. Though.
Yes. Should have took pictures, but he didn't. Around 2 p.m. is when it happened. There wasn't any injuries reported, you guys. Just to let everybody know.
Yes. So Thursday, I hopped on the bus and I was going downtown from the east side, and I was going downtown, to see a friend and whatnot. And as you know, I get down there, everything was cool. I got off the bus, you know what I mean? And as I got off the bus and I was walking back, I see like a cloud of smoke in the air, like this dark, thick cloud of smoke. So I start walking back towards it. And like right after Parent, so right beside 7-Eleven, in the alley, a truck was caught on fire. Like, you know what I mean? It was ridiculous. Like it was static. So basically the driver was driving the truck. You know what I mean? He jumped out of his truck, whatnot. Somebody set the truck on fire with furniture and stuff on it. It was like a big commotion. Everybody was surrounding it, but it was crazy. I didn't take no pictures, but I was out there when it happened. All went down, and it didn't last long because they were on scene right away. It seemed like as soon as it happened, I heard. Woo, woo, woo. I was like, okay, that's like
that was fast.
It was the fastest response ever. You know what I mean? The fastest response time ever.
So shout out to Windsor Fire Department.
Because they got out there quick, and the police department was out there, ambulance out there, everybody was out there, so they did their thing. You know what I mean? But it was just funny. I haven't been downtown in a while, and I still went down to the big fire. It's crazy. It seems like around this time of the year, I know it's from winter. When it's coming around summertime, fires start getting set off. Like,
well, speaking of fires, there's also the fire on the Ambassador Bridge with the RV truck.
Yeah, how long ago was that? I seen that too. That was a while ago.
I tried to looking for the articles, I couldn't find it.
I seen it. That's a while ago. I seen it, but still, like, yeah, this fires happening in Windsor, like nothing. Like people just set fires like there's no tomorrow here. Like I don't get it, but whatever. Yeah, but no one got hurt. That's like that. Just a truck. You know what I mean? So the truck didn't explode. Just the stuff in the back of the truck got on fire, and that was it. But everybody was out there watching it and whatnot. You know what I mean? Something sad. You can set somebody's truck on fire for no reason. That's sad. But people stuff in there, so the person lose all their stuff now. It is what it is. You can't really stop it now, but.
So we are going to go back a little bit. So 12,000 have signed up for the city-funded sump pumps and backflower valves. And that's a lot between 2017 3,000 homes in the fall of 2016. So council approved paying 100% of up to $2,800 towards these anti-flood measures in a few weeks after the 2017 flood. So far, the city has spent roughly around $33 million on this program.
My God. It's a lot of money, you know.
Yeah.
They can't open up one program for kids to go to for free without paying anything. I don't get it, man. They're trying to build a city. I understand, and when it's coming from coming from a spot, you know what I mean, from where they've been trying to upgrade the city and make it a much better city for people to come and live. Because they get a lot of people coming out here and living on it. People come from all different countries and coming here and making homes and families, and you know what I mean. But I know it takes time, but jeez, it's taking too long. I've been for 5 years, and they're still working on it. They're still going hard. They're still going 10-4.
No, that's absolutely right. But we'll have to see what happens, and hopefully the city does improve on those measures. Now, we are on to our last article, and I thought it was really interesting because this person was a Canadian citizen, and he got sent to prison in the U.S. It was a Canadian cab driver who apparently, from what I understood, who is a native of Guatemala, went in federal court. Besides a prison sentence, he was fined $8,680. The amount paid by 6 people who were caught last year when they emerged on foot to the Detroit side of the tunnel. So a 53-year-old Canadian citizen who was a national of Guatemala basically told certain people, a Canadian cab driver who made extreme money by steering desperate immigrants to a railroad tunnel under the Detroit River was sentenced Monday to 16 months in a U.S. prison.
And this on the Canada side?
He was a Canadian citizen, like he was a cab driver in Canada.
And he showed him to a railroad that's on Canada side.
I don't know if it was
or it's on the U.S. side.
It had it been on the U.S. side, come over to Canada.
Oh, they're coming to Canada to try and
come to Canada illegally.
They're coming to Canada?
Yeah.
That's what it says?
Yeah.
And there's a bridge.
Yeah, but they're illegals.
I know, but there's a tunnel. And a train type is right now still open. You could go across.
Yeah.
This right here. Isn't that bridge down in the west end? Where's this?
I have no clue. You can find it. It's still open. Trains still go underneath it.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Google it.
In Windsor?
Yeah.
The Windsor train still go through it to the States?
Yes.
No, I seen those tunnels. This is all.
Look at the picture. He's like, no. He's like, this ain't real.
Because these tunnels right here, the only 2 tunnels this is reminding me of right now, are those tunnels that are right there on University.
You're gonna have to look into it more.
Now watch, you hit University.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, you know University, and then right before you hit Crawford is that bridge.
I think so.
Where the gas station is, and the 313 store. Crawford and University, when you go to Crawford and Wyandotte. Right there's a bridge right there.
Yeah.
When you look down there, that's where most I see the homeless people sleep on the train tracks there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know trains will run there because I can see where the train tracks there cut off and it goes into the ground. So I know what tunnel this is. You get what I'm saying? I know exactly what the tunnel is. I'm gonna check that out still. Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Anyways, guys. So I think that's going to be a wrap for today's episode. If you guys haven't listened to our previous episodes, go check them out at www.kickthemedia.com or www.kickthemedia.ca. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and SoundCloud at Kick the Media. And soon enough, we should be on iHeartRadio and Spotify. We're just waiting for our approvals.